Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday, and today I want to go over troubleshooting tickets. So basically, I created a bunch of tickets, and these tickets are real. These are not real. These are not fake tickets. These are tickets that I see on a day-to-day basis, and obviously, I didn't put any names or anything on them. But basically, I'm going to go over how to respond to tickets and how to close them and how to do them, if that makes sense. So this is for entry-level tech, so Helpdesk, desktop support, tech support, IT support. If you're new to my channel, I do CompTIA videos, I do desktop support, IT videos, technical support videos, I do IT interviews as well, and I go live here and there. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell down below. That way you know when I go live, because I usually go live with a bunch of people from IT and a bunch of people that have YouTube channels as well, and a bunch of people that are professional technicians and that work in IT. So just hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get it right into this. So I'm going to go into my computer screen. I'm going to share my screen with you, obviously, so let's see what we have here. I'm still waking up. I'm a little beat up. Have my coffee. So I created a bunch of tickets. So we're going to go to the Helpdesk, Kevtech. And I'm going to show you how I knock out all these tickets. All right, so first ticket is calendar access. I'm a new admin assistant that started today. I need calendar and contact access to Kevin's calendar. I need to scan business cards and import them to his contacts. Please provide me access as soon as possible. So in order to do this, I'm gonna move my screen over here to the lower. We're gonna pretend that that this is a regular computer. Obviously, it's a server, but it has Outlook on it. So we're gonna pretend that this person needs calendar rights, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So basically, they want calendar rights. They also see this is admin today start account contact as well. So we're gonna give them delegation access. So what does that mean as delegation access? You're about to see right now. So you have to go into Outlook. You have to right click on properties, and you have to give them delegation access. So obviously, before you do any of this, because this is an email and this is a ticket, you will email the person. So like it says Kevin's calendar, so we know it's Kevin. So what we do is we would email Kevin. So Kevin is the person that's you're giving access to someone else. So you're gonna be able to see their calendar. They're gonna be able to see their contacts. So you don't want to just give access on the fly, if that makes sense. So you basically want Kevin's approval. So you email Kevin, and then Kevin says, okay, approve. It's okay to give her access. It's okay, approve. And then after you do that, then you actually take action. And then when you do all that, it should be good. So you always need to get approval for these things. You don't just give people access to someone's calendar or someone's contact. We don't do that, if that makes sense. And just bear with me. I'm opening my server right now. And it is open. All right, so let's just pretend. I know this is a server, so let's just pretend that this is a regular Windows 10 machine, right? Whatever, whatever computer, 7 or 10, whatever. So obviously, when you do permissioning or permissions, you always want to get approval. So like I said, you get approval from the appropriate person. Since it's Kevin needs to approve. He's like, all right, I approve. So then you do delegation access. So what do? You go into File. You go into Account Settings. And you go into Delegation Access. All right? It's going to be a little slow. And then you add the person there. And you add them. And that's it. It's just for the sake of this video. We'll add somebody else. So who's on there right now? Jason. Just to show you what it does, to add, okay. So then we'll give them calendar access and contact access. So they only want contact access and calendar. We don't want to give them access to that. So they only have contact and calendar. You hit okay, and you hit okay. And that's it. That's how you would do it. That's how you would do ticket number 1. So what you do is you grab the approval email from Kevin. You attach it to this ticket. So you go into Because like you could put notes on it too, like approval by Kevin. Please see attach, and then you put the attachment right here. So you basically hit browse, and then you put the attachment, and that's it. That's it. And then close the ticket. So that's ticket number 1. That's it. We're done with ticket number 1. All right. Ticket number 2. I'm working from home starting next Monday. So can I get a monitor screen to use for my laptop? So this is a different issue. So somebody wants a monitor. So I don't know, that sounds like an easy ticket, but it's not. It gets a little complicated. Trust me. So what does that mean? So they want a monitor so they can use as their, it gives a second screen. So in this environment, depending on your company, you have a team called procurement, and basically they're in charge of ordering stuff for you. So they'll order the monitors, they'll order the computers, they'll order the laptops, or the company itself. They have Best Buy, and they'll just go and buy it on their own, or they'll go on eBay or Amazon, buy it on their own, or you gotta get approval for it, obviously. So you always gotta get approval when it's a hardware equipment. So whoever requested this is Kevin Partner, reported by Kevin Apollinario. So you email their manager, you get approval from their manager, and then you forward the email to the procurement team if there's a procurement team. Otherwise, you will order it for them. If you're in charge of ordering stuff, then you will order it for them. So Helpdesk IT support, we're not in charge of that. Usually it's another team or another person that does all that. So you forward over the email to them, and then they order it, and then we close the ticket after that. So let's just say that we did all that. We emailed the person. We told them that this person wants a monitor, and that the order is already set up, and they'll have the monitor by next week. So we can just close the ticket. We put notes on it. So monitor has been ordered. Then obviously if it's a email going back and forth, you attach the email right here. Always attach an email to all these tickets you close. I know some people are going to say no. Some people are going to say, oh, you got approval by the director or by the manager. You just put it on the notes. I don't agree with that. I think you should cover yourself at all times, just in case you don't want to get in trouble. So monitor has been ordered, approval. Monitor has been ordered, approval, and attach. Yeah, private note. Then you close the ticket. All right, file restore. Next ticket. I actually deleted a file from the shared drive. Can you restore it? So usually when you have shared drive permissioning, I'm gonna get out of this. In case nobody knows, or in case people do know. So say for example, you put a file on the share. This is a shared drive, by the way, the home directory. How do you know it's a shared drive? You right click on it, hit properties, you hit share, and it's a network shared drive. So let's just pretend that this is the shared drive, right? I'm just trying to teach you guys over here. So I'm gonna paste the shared drive directory. Say for example, it was Kevin Partner because he's the one that requested it. Say for example, he had a file in here, so we're gonna put like Excel. We're gonna open up Excel, for example. Give me a second. And I'm gonna pretend that that file is in that location. So what we do is, I'm gonna save as, copy, paste. It's not gonna let me do that. All right. All right, it's right here. All right, copy, paste. All right. So say for example, this is a shared drive directory, and the person wants person actually deleted this, right? They deleted this Excel file. You go back one directory, you right click on Kevin Partner, you hit properties, and you hit previous versions. Obviously, he's not gonna do it now, because it's just a one Excel file, but we do have backups of stuff. So usually you can go back to previous versions, and then you could open up the file directory and then add the file back. So that's what I would do with this ticket. So I will go back in time, I right click, hit previous versions, and then restore the file that they're asking for, and then you close the ticket after that. So you put a note on it, like File has been restored. Obviously, you email the user or the client, and you tell them that the file has been restored. And then that's it. And you close the ticket. All right, next ticket, Mechanicus. Mechanicus install. I need to run Mechanicus Excel. It requires admin rights. So what you do is, let me see if I have it here. Should have a downloads. Should I have a download version of this? If I don't, I don't. That's fine. We're gonna pretend it's this computer. So we're gonna go into the web browser. Kevtech download. You know, obviously you get the right website. You don't get a fake looking website, you know. You download it. You need to figure out if it's the right version. So how do you do that? So this is for Excel. So we're gonna open up Excel, right? We're gonna go into the Excel sheet. We're gonna hit File. We're gonna hit Account. It says Office 365, right? About Excel. So we know this is 64-bit, we know this is 365. So we downloaded the wrong one. We gotta download this one actually. So we'll download this one. Because it says 365, 2019, 2016. All right, we're gonna open that up. Oh. Open it again. Run. You install it. Obviously, when you're doing this, you want to install it as an admin. So you might have to log off and log back in as yourself. You have to log off the user and log yourself in and install this for them. You know, you don't install it while they're on their computer. You might be able to get away with it. It might work, but sometimes it corrupts the computer. I don't recommend doing that. So then, like obviously, if this is someone's computer, you hold Shift, right click, and run as different user and run and install it on behalf of them. But I don't recommend that because sometimes it does cause a bunch of problems. Just letting you know. Excel. See, it's loading right now. You see Mechanicus just shows up immediately. Now it's there. So that's it. And they have to activate it with their email address. So yeah. So obviously, because this is an add-in for Excel, you want to get approval from the manager and make sure they're able to install it. You don't want to install things on the fly because you don't know if it's a vulnerability. So, you know, approved by manager. You want to make a note of it. Approved by manager. Mechanicus has been installed. You're on their computer. You're on the computer. You pick a day and time to install it. Obviously, yada 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 yada, and you basically install it. You don't just install it on the fly. You get approval, and you get a day and time to do it. You know, basically, if that makes sense. All right, closing ticket. The next ticket, admin rights. All right, somebody needs admin rights on their computer. Give me a second. All right, here we go. I'm a software developer that started today. I need admin rights on my computer. Can you grant me admin rights? Same thing, same process. You go in and talk to your manager, talk to whoever's their manager, get approval for adding them to admin rights because you need approval for that. You can't just add someone to the local admin group. So, and I'm gonna do it right now. How do you do it? So we want, say for example, you want this person to be an admin, right? You type computer manager. So computer manager, computer management, right? You right click on it. You do run as administrator. That won't do anything. Right? Why would that not do anything? It's because you're logged in as them. So you do open file location, right? You hold Shift and right click. You run as admin. You run as different user. You run as the the admin, and then when you open it up, let's just pretend you open it up. Then you go into users and groups, and you add them. So it's not gonna work on this because this is a virtual machine of a server. Just for the sake of this video, I'll show you on my local computers. You type computer management. You open that up real quick. You go into groups. you go into administrators, and then you add the person in the group. And you hit add, you put their name, hit OK, hit apply, and that's it. That's how you would do it. But obviously, you get approval for that. You don't just do it on the fly, if that makes sense. So then you put a note on it, like the other one. Let me go back. I don't know if I don't know if this ticket is like it keeps going down for some reason. It's weird. I think it's messed up. All right, there we go. Admin rights has been granted. And then you put the attached email of approval, like if it's an Outlook email, and you add it in there, and you just add this note in there, and then you close the ticket, and that's it. Oh, that's why I was acting like my account has been suspended. Like my account is messed up. All right, that's fine. Totally fine. I have a meeting tomorrow. Can you install Zoom on my computer? So there's another request. So there's another install request. This is going on right now. So somebody wants Zoom on their computer. You need approval for that, obviously. So you get approved by the manager, the director, whoever it is, because you don't want to install things on the fly. I know that sounds like a regular install, but some companies might require approval if you're doing this. So you want to get approval first. Once you get an approval, you go into their, same thing. You go into the website. You download the real one, not the fake one. Zoom download. You go to the official Zoom website. You download the Zoom Center, and then they want Zoom, right? So we're gonna download Zoom right now. So you hit download. They might not be able to download it, so you have to download it on their behalf. And then once it's fully downloaded, you run as admin or you run as administrator, if that makes sense. So you open the show in folder, you hold shift and right click, and then you run as different users. You put your admin credentials and you install it. But obviously you get approval for it and you install it. And that's it. That's pretty much it. And you install it. So I let it install. If you don't run it as admin, it's gonna say you don't have admin rights to install this. It's gonna say blocked by group policy. It's gonna say a bunch of crazy things on it. If you have to run as admin, because otherwise it just doesn't work when you try to install it. And that's it. That's fully installed. And that's it. That's how I would knock out some of these tickets. You saw how I did this ticket, the other tickets. It's just basic level ticketing stuff. If you want to see more videos on this, let me know. I'll make more videos on this, and I'll get a full account on this. I'll get a full account on server ticketing systems, and I'll keep making tickets about like different IT stuff, if that makes sense. So if you want to see more videos on this, let me know. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope this video is helpful. I hope it helps you out in some shape or form if you're doing IT support or Helpdesk. And I hope you have a great day and a wonderful Sunday, all right? Take care. Peace. Bye. Hey, guys. How you doing? It's Kevtech here bringing you another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. And today, I want to go over our ticketing system. So real-life tickets. So I made a video on this part 1. This is part 2 of me going over real-life ticketing system, or the tickets that you will see in your environment. You may see this. You may not see this. You might see this, I don't know, but I have to go over this because it's something that you need to know in your job, or you may encounter this in your job. So today I want to go over all Adobe issues, PDF Adobe issues that you may encounter in your job. You may encounter this, you may not. So if you're new to my channel, I do IT videos, I do desktop support videos, I do tech videos, I talk about how to get into IT. We also do live training as well on the weekends. On Saturday, we do hands-on training with a bunch of new people in IT, people that have basically experience in IT, and you could ask technical questions. You talk about your resume and all that good stuff. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you know when I go live. I try to go live as much as I possibly can. And yeah, I'm back here with another video today. I know. All right, so let's get right into this. So I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm gonna walk you through this. So give me a second. So So the first thing I do as an IT person, if you work help desk, desktop support, tech support, IT support, you want to look at your tickets. You want to look at the priority of the ticket. You want to make sure that you go to the important ones first. Sometimes you might need help. You might need someone to help you with these tickets. Like sometimes you might have a ticket that you're working on right now, and you might need to assign this ticket to someone else while you take care of another ticket, because you can't be in two places at the same time. It's really difficult. So that you see there's one that says priority high. Someone wants to uninstall Adobe. And then there's other one. So we're gonna go over them one by one, and I'm gonna show you how I would handle all these issues, all these tickets. And you might see this in your job. You may see it in your job, you might not see it in your job. So ticket number 1 or ticket number 14. Good morning. Every time I open a file on PDF, every time I open a file, PDF file, it opens up on Edge. Thanks, Travis. So let's go into our VM. So as you can see, I'm installing it already. So when you work in IT support, tech support, desktop support, or when you image a computer or build a new computer, depending on your environment, you have to log in as the user, because unless you have it preset, unless you have it set up on the back end, you have to log in as the user, and you have to set the default PDF to Adobe Acrobat. So right away, I look at this file right here. See how it looks weird? Right away, I know that there's something going on with this file. It's a PDF file, but I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with it. So if I double click on it, it opens up on Edge. So right away, I know there's an issue with the file. So you could potentially edit this and stuff like that, but the person wants to open it up on Adobe Acrobat. So that means we have to install Adobe Acrobat based on this, based on seeing this. So if I double click on it, hit it again. Yeah. So if we do right click, we do open with, choose another app, it's not even there. So we know it's not there. So that means we have to install Adobe Acrobat. So if you go to the bottom left-hand side on the start menu and you just type control panel, you type uninstall a program, it's not even here either. So I have to download it. So this is what I did just now. I went to the website, I downloaded it. It's almost done downloading. I went to Chrome. I went to google.com. I typed Adobe Acrobat Reader download. Obviously, you download the right one. You don't download you go to the actual website. You don't go to a fake website, and then you just download it. And I did this. I just logged in here and I clicked download Acrobat. That's what I did. So as you see, I'm downloading it right now. You got to remember that this is very time consuming. So when you install Adobe, it takes like 15 to 20 minutes. It could take 30 minutes. You might have to manually download it. I'm not sure how your environment is set up. So everyone has different setups. So you might have this executable file or this download file on your computer. It might be on the computer already, or you might have to put it on their computer. You might have it on the shared drive. So this might be on the shared drive for someone. You could just click the shared drive, run as admin, and download it. You might not even do that. You might have Ivanti, SSCM, PDQ, or a Turris, and basically you're deploying the software from a third-party application, and it allows you to deploy on this computer. So you just put the computer name, and then you drag and drop, and then install the file. So this is just a generic download. You just download it, and that's it. So they know now. I know that they have Adobe Reader or Adobe Acrobat on this computer. It's gonna open up. So it's gonna open up. It'll prompt you to sign in, which is totally fine. I'm not gonna sign in right now. Actually, I'll sign in right now because I did create an account. This is my second account, by the way. So I did create an account. I'll sign in. We'll start free trial. It's fine. Yeah. So now that I created the account, now if I click on this, it's still not going to open, but we want to change it to Adobe Acrobat DC. And you want to always use this app as a default. So now it's going to open on this, and now you're good to go after that. I signed in and everything. So they'll give you so if some companies have a license, a volume license, you might have to talk to your procurement team, and they might have to give you a license. So we don't know, but it depends on the environment. But this is how you would fix this issue. So the user now or the client now could open this up on PDF, and they can edit the file now. So what I do is I'm just going to move this to the left, and I'm going to write a note on it. I'm going to write the Adobe Acrobat has been installed, and default file has been changed to Adobe default Adobe Acrobat has been installed, and default file to open. No, let me change that. So Adobe Acrobat is installed. The default .pdf has been changed to Adobe. Adobe was not installed. And then you do resolve and close, and you're done. So that one is completely done. Number 1 is done. All right. Ticket number 15. I just started today. I need Adobe. Hi, good morning. I just started today. I need Adobe Creative Cloud on my machine. Can you install Creative Cloud on my machine? Obviously, this is Stacy. So you could right away see on this ticket, if you scroll all the way down, she works in sales. So depending on the company, they might just tell you, oh, sales, they all have Adobe Acrobat. So you might could just, get approval for it, or you might just install it right away, depending on your environment. So same computer, it just pretends the same computer. We're gonna go into the website and download it. So you will go into Chrome again, and you put Adobe Creative Cloud. Is the extension if you want the extension on your computer. Adobe Creative Cloud, download. So I already went to the website and I already downloaded it, by the way. So it's right over here. So I dragged it on the desktop. Obviously, you get permission when you're installing these things, and then you click on it and you run as admin. This has 4 admin rights, but you run as admin, obviously. So you open this up, start installing. So you might see this in your job. Like every company is different. So you might encounter this in your job. You may not encounter this in your job. You may install this in your job. You may not install this in your job. I don't know. It depends on the environment. But some companies that use like they do fashion design, they do finance, they do work for the hospital. They might require you to have Creative Cloud, and they might require you to have Adobe Flash Player, the actual app itself on Adobe Creative Cloud. They might require you to have Premiere. They may require you to have Illustrator. They may require you to have design. Every company is different, but these are things you need to install. And then when you install it, you got to remember that you need admin rights for this. You run this as admin. So you hold a shift and right click, you run as a different user, you run as admin, and you install it for them. And then when you're installing it for them, it might prompt for admin rights when you're installing the apps that are inside Creative Cloud. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. So let this install. And this could be very time consuming as well, just letting you know. So you want to let Stacy know. That this could take a while. And most of the time they're cool with it. Like most of the time they're like, okay, yeah, go ahead and install it. I need to get my job done. I need to get my work done. So most of the time they'll be okay with you installing this because they have work they have to get done. So if this is an app that they're using that is specific for the company, obviously they're gonna say go right ahead and install it. So they're not gonna get mad or upset. They know that it's gonna take a while. They know that you're gonna need the install. So So that's basically what it is. So you need to look at all that. You need to keep that in mind that you might be wasting some of their time. So you want to pick to install this. You want to do it in the morning. You want to do it when they're having a lunch break. You want to do it when they're not busy, obviously, because this does take a while. And then this might make you close Outlook. This might make you close Word. This might make you close Excel, because Adobe works together with Microsoft, and sometimes it doesn't work properly if you have certain things open on the computer, if that makes sense. So this is installing right now, and I'll show you what this could do. This is a really powerful, Creative Cloud is extremely powerful. It's a powerful application, and I'll show you what it does. But you see that this does take a while. It's not your regular install. And obviously, if you have this on SSCM, on Avanti, Norton Go, so I don't know, if you have like some sort of software deployment tool application, PDQ, then you would just install it like that on the back end. They won't be able to see it, but you could install it on the back end. If this is on a shared drive, you download it on the shared drive. So that's basically what it is. So that's what it is. So you see, this does take a while. It's installing right now. I know it's my computer is. I have a fast internet connection, by the way. So this is very time consuming. Creative Cloud is very time consuming to install. Just letting you know, it's not one of those apps that it's super fast. It does take a while to install. So you want to keep this in mind when you're installing it for a client or for a user. They will get mad at you if you Well, they won't get mad at you, but you know what I mean. Like, they will get mad at you if you're installing this when they're busy or when they have something they have to do. This is why you want to install this when they're not busy or where they have time to do it. But someone like Stacy, who works in sales, she probably does like editing software. She probably does something with Adobe. So she'll probably be okay with it. Most people, that when you install something on their computer, they know that it takes a while to install. So what they do is they either go on lunch, they will get a cup of coffee, or they go do something else and they come back, you know, and they're like, let's just let me know when you're done installing. And you obviously you do a screen share, you get on their computer, and then you install it. So this is almost done. So 74%. And then, you know, so she says Creative Cloud on the machine, but it gets more and more in depth. Like what if they want Adobe Reader? What if they want Adobe Acrobat? What if they want Illustrator? What if they want Flash on Adobe Creative Cloud? What if they want, you know, it's just a bunch, there's a bunch of apps there. So what if they want something on that install, you know? So this is something that you have to keep in mind. You will see this in your job. You might see Adobe Creative Cloud in your job. You may not see it, but for the most part, I worked in a lot of different places. A lot of people use Creative Cloud. People that do like Photoshop, that do editing, that they do like special type of editing on the computer. They all have a license for this, and they usually have a license for this. And usually you may have to buy them a license, or usually you have a department that focuses on licenses, and you might have to talk to your manager and then get them a license for that. And then you're assigning the license to them and send it on an email. So you might have a licensing team that assigns them a license, and they all have to do is just log into it, create their username, create their password, and then they log in, and then they could install this. But obviously, since this is an install, you need admin rights for it. So hopefully that makes sense. So this is almost done. Almost done. I know it's very time consuming. I apologize for that. This is something that you would see. This is how you would install it. See what it's doing right now? It's just doing a bunch of weird things. This is how you would install it. So almost done, guys. Almost done. Almost done. It's gonna look like this. So now I'm not gonna take a tour. So now you see, like, you don't know, because some of these companies, like, they're like, oh, I want Bridge, I want Illustrator, I want Photoshop on my computer, I want this, I want that, I want, you know. So this is what it is. So let's just pretend that we installed this already, and it could do whatever they want. You could just, so all of these is gonna say install, and then, you know, you need admin rights when you install it. So I'm gonna close out of that. So this is completely done. So I'm gonna do reply. This right here, Creative Cloud has been installed, and you just close the ticket. And obviously you email them, or you let them know that you closed the ticket and that you created, you know, you installed it for them. Now this is an interesting ticket. So the next ticket. Good morning. Can you convert my PDF file into a Word document? So you will come across this on certain job environments where a user or a client may want you to convert a PDF file into a Word document or an Excel file. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, okay? So this is a sample. This is two ways to do it, by the way. This is one way to do it. There's two ways to do it. So I'm going to show you the way I do it. The way I do it, if I don't have Adobe Acrobat DC, like the full license version, if I don't have it, how would you do it? I'm going to show you how to do it. So if you right-click on the file, have them send you the file, right? You right-click on the file, you do open with, you do choose another app, and you do Word, and then you hit OK. You hit OK. And when you do that, you're going to get this weird error message. Word will now convert your PDF to enable Word document. This may take a while. The result of Word document will optimize to allow the editing, you know, and you hit OK. And voila, enable editing. That's it. And you hit OK again, and that's it. And that's how you would turn it into a Word document. So that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. So if someone, I'm going to close out of it. Now, if somebody has the full version of Adobe, you could either walk them through it, or you can manually do it for them. So you click on the Adobe, or you click on the Adobe file, you do File, you do Save As, right? And when you do Save As, you're gonna do it's not Save As, sorry. You do Save As Other. Should be here somewhere. It might be here, it might not be here. Let me see if it has it here. Choose a different folder. Oh, here we go. It's right here. Sorry about that. So you do Save As, and you do Word, and then you just settings, and it tells you right here if you want to like set a language, retain. If you want to create an Excel file, you can. If you create an Excel file, it's entirely up to you. Excel workbook, and you hit save. And then you see it right there. It says initializing export engine. You just leave it alone. You let it do its thing, and then it creates an Excel file, and that's it. That's how you would do it. So this is the second way to do it. So there's two ways to do it. So if you don't have Adobe Acrobat on your computer, but you have a PDF file and you want to do it for free, you don't want to pay anything, you just literally right click on it, open with, choose another app, more apps, you click on Word, and you click OK. And then when you're done, obviously you send them this file, or you could do it on their computer, whatever you want to do. And that's it. That's how you would do it. So I'm going to close this ticket out, and I'm going to put, again, reply. I have converted your file into Word. Please see attach. And you attach it on an email, whatever, and that's it. Regards, Kevin. And you close the ticket out. So this is something that you might come across in your job. I don't know, because everyone's different, but you might come across this in your job. Next ticket. Adobe keeps crashing. My Adobe keeps crashing, won't open any files, and they send you an image as well. So some people are very tech savvy. Some people are really tech savvy, and they might send you a screenshot of something. So this says Adobe Acrobat failed to connect to DDE server. So what that is basically when you click on Adobe too many times. Let me see if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. I might be able to do it. I might not be able to do it. Trying to see if I can do it. I probably can't do it on this, but let me see. So when you do that, when you open up Adobe Acrobat, see how you have Adobe Acrobat? If you open up a file and you click on a file more than 20 times or whatever, you click on a file too many times, you're gonna get that error message, failed to connect to DDH server. So in order to fix that, obviously I can't replicate it, but in order to fix that, you literally go into the task manager, and you click on Adobe Acrobat. So see how this file is open? You go into Adobe Acrobat and you close the file. You hit end task, and you'll have like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of these in Task Manager. That does happen, and you end all of them, and then you have them open Adobe Acrobat again, and then the error message will go away. Another error message you're gonna get on Adobe, which you may encounter, is Adobe Acrobat runtime error C++. So if you get something like this, show you, I'm trying to get because this happened to me a few days ago. So if you get something like this, Adobe Acrobat runtime error, that means that you either runtime error, your runtime needs to be repaired or needs to be installed. So you might be missing it on the computer, or you might have to install it. So obviously for that, you will go into the website. You go C++ runtime download, and you download runtime. So you go into the website and you download the latest runtime on the computer, and you download the x84 and x64, and then it'll prompt you to restart your computer. You restart the computer, and then you're good to go. So that's another issue you might come across on Adobe if you're running Adobe Acrobat Creative Cloud. So I know that this, I can't recreate the issue, but basically you just close out Adobe.exe on the task manager, and then you get to go after that. So hopefully this answers your question. Either that, or you can run a repair on Adobe. Maybe Adobe's corrupted. So you might want to go into Adobe Acrobat. You might want to go into Help. You might want to go into Repair Installation, and then it might prompt you for admin rights. It may not prompt you for admin rights, depending on the environment. And then it will start repairing the file or the application Adobe. And then when it does that, have them try to open Adobe again. Have them try to see if they could open a PDF file after that. And that might fix this problem, just letting you know. So it's repairing right now, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So I'm gonna put Adobe Acrobat was stuck on Task Manager. I closed it out and had them reopen the file. Then you put regards, Kevin, whatever, that's it. Then I close the ticket. Close. All right, last ticket. So this is some issues you will encounter on Adobe. Last ticket. And this one, I'm going to show you something you probably have seen, you probably have never seen before in your life. So it's going to be very interesting. Good morning. I work for fashion department. Adobe keeps crashing and it won't let me uninstall it. So if you, this is something that you may encounter in your job, you may not encounter in your job. And I have done this before, where basically Adobe Acrobat Creative Cloud gets corrupted and it does not want to work for the living life for some reason. It just doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to work. You go into control panel, Creative Cloud doesn't want to open right. You click on it, you click uninstall, it doesn't work. So Adobe Creative Cloud works together, by the way, with Pro, Illustrator, DC. It works with all these other apps. So you have to uninstall all the other apps first before you uninstall Creative Cloud, by the way. So say, for example, you try uninstalling the other apps, it doesn't work. And you try uninstalling Creative Cloud, it doesn't work. So you tried everything and it doesn't work. I'm going to show you now how to fix that. So if you have an issue where Creative Cloud does not want to uninstall for the living life of you, you're like, oh man, I tried everything, Kevin. I got something for you. Don't worry. So you're going to do Creative Cloud uninstaller. So you can do Creative Cloud uninstaller. You probably never even heard of this in your life. Maybe you have. So everything I do is recommended by Microsoft or Adobe. So basically what you do is you go to Creative Cloud uninstaller on the computer and you download it. So you hit get file and you're going to be like, oh, Kev, I never even heard of this. So you open this up. Obviously, if you don't have admin rights, you want to extract the file, extract all. You put it in your downloads folder, and then you run this as admin. So you run as admin, but I already have admin rights on this computer. But just pretend you're doing it on your computer, right? So then you click on it, and I'm going to show you what it does. It's really, really cool. Let me show you what it does. Uninstall. And then when you do that, it's going to uninstall everything for Adobe Creative Cloud. Everything is going to install, which is kind of cool. So you probably never even heard of this. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I'm not too sure. And it's going to uninstall it. So this is, and this because this is remember that Adobe Acrobat is separate from inside Creative Cloud, but this will uninstall all the apps that work with Creative Cloud, by the way. And then after that, if you go back into your computer, it's not there anymore. So Creative Cloud is completely gone. Just letting you know, it's not there anymore. This doesn't even work. It doesn't even open. This is gone. So now Creative Cloud is completely gone. So if you have an issue where you're struggling to uninstall Creative Cloud, you do uninstaller Creative Cloud. This is what I use, and this will completely remove Adobe Creative Cloud, by the way. This is something that I use. You don't have no idea how many times this has saved me in my job, multiple times. So like if you cannot uninstall it from Creative Cloud, so you have this screenshot right here, you cannot uninstall it for the dear life of you, and you try uninstalling all the other apps first, and you try uninstalling Creative Cloud, and it gives you a weird error message or something like that, just go into uninstall Creative Cloud application, which is this uninstaller right here, and just follow the steps, and it will tell you how to do it on SSCM server. Look, it has SSCM right over here. Just follow that, and you'll be good to go. That's all you got to worry about. You'll be good to go. You'll be solid after that. Trust me, you'll be good to go. You won't regret anything after that. So I'm going to shut down my VM, and I'm going to put ran uninstaller Creative Cloud, and reinstall the application. So basically you reinstall the application to fix that, obviously. So if you cannot uninstall it for the dear life of you, you run that uninstaller Creative Cloud application. All right. This is all Adobe issues, by the way, just for today. Anyway, I know it's a long video. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I hope these real life tickets help you out, and I hope this video helps you out. All right. And hopefully, I don't know if you want to see more videos of me closing out tickets. Please let me know, and I'll make more videos on this. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Peace. Later. And have a good Sunday. Take care. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. And today is, guess what? Ticket time. So I go over tickets. I go over real life scenario type tickets that you will see probably in your job. You probably won't see in your job. This is part 3 of ticketing system and real life tickets that you might encounter in your job. These are experiences that I have encountered in my job, because I've been in IT for over 6 years, by the way. So I've just been, making real life tickets and then showing you how I do them or how it's being handled or you actually would do with these tickets, if that makes sense. So obviously, if you're new to my channel, I do IT videos, I do IT support videos, desktop support videos. I go live here as well. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way, when you know that I go live. So you come and join me, and then we'll do like some live hands-on training. You can ask me about your resume. You can ask me about whatever. Maybe like, how am I doing, or how did I get my haircut so short during this quarantine? Anyway, so and obviously, please do me a favor and destroy that like button for me, because people don't know who I am. People are like, who the hell is this guy with a vest? Some random guy on YouTube with a vest. So maybe they're like, they don't know who the hell I am, or maybe people don't know who I am. So tell them about my channel. Maybe they're new to IT. Maybe they're trying to get into IT. Tell them about my channel. It's my channel. Everything I do here is free. I don't charge anything. So feel free to tell them about my channel. Greatly appreciate it. And share this with other people, because some people are not tech savvy. They might not know about this channel. So anyway, so let's get into this. And as always, I share my screen. So let me share my screen with you. Give me a second. So, all right. So we're gonna do them one by one as always, and I'm gonna show you how I troubleshoot them. So the first one is an easy ticket. Some tickets you'll get is like very repetitive. Sometimes you'll get repetitive issues. Sometimes you won't get repetitive. Sometimes you get like one-off issues I have never seen before in your life. But this shouldn't be that complicated today. So let's go over ticket number 1 or ticket number 26. Obviously, you're supposed to go from bottom to top, because this is the oldest one, 21. I'm gonna go from top to bottom for this one. So Adobe Icon Inbox. Can someone remove Adobe Acrobat and Focus Inbox from my Outlook? Good afternoon. So obviously, this is some request by somebody. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. So first thing you want to do is you want to figure out what they're talking about. And they're going to say, oh, it's so right away, it's Outlook. So you want them to share the screen with you. So you do, can I get on your screen? So you do like a BumGuard, SSCM, Ivanti. I don't know what program you're using, but basically get on their machine. So now we're on their machine, and notice they have Acrobat Reader. And then can you show me what happens when you open up Outlook? Yeah, sure. I'll show you how to do it. So then they open up Outlook, and they log in, and they're like, I got this dumb Focus Inbox thing on my Outlook. And then I notice I have an Acrobat. I don't want this on my computer. So can you get rid of this? And I know you installed Adobe on my computer last week, but I don't need this on Outlook. Can you get rid of this? I'm like, yeah, sure, I could get rid of this for you. So then you go into, first thing you want to do is you want to get rid of Focus Inbox. So if you have 365, depending on the environment you're in, they'll have this inbox called Focus Inbox. So in order to fix that, you need to go into folder. I think it's view, view. And then you click on show Focus Inbox, you just uncheck it. And now it's back to normal. Now it's all in unread. So you get rid of this. This actually focuses on important emails that come in and out, by the way. So I like the classic all in unread. Some people do not like this Focus Inbox. So you believe it or not, I would get about 200 tickets a day about me unchecking the show Focus Inbox for users and clients in my other job, one of the jobs at work. So what we ended up doing is we ran a GPO group policy, and we just removed it from Outlook itself, if that makes sense. So I got rid of that. So now they want to get rid of Acrobat. I don't want this under Outlook. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Options. I'm going to go to Add-ins. And I know it's an add-in. Why do I know it's an add-in? Because it's on the top of Outlook. So I know it's an add-in right away just by looking at it. And I know it's Adobe Acrobat. Why is it Adobe Acrobat? Because this is right here. It's Adobe Acrobat, PDF Maker, and there's an add-in right here. So you're going to go to COM add-ins, and there's 2 different ones. So let's get rid of the Adobe document one. It might be that one. So let's try that one first. And it doesn't seem to be that one. So let's try the other one. So maybe we have to get rid of both of them just in case. So I'll get rid of both of them. And now it's gone. Now it's completely gone. And like, okay, miss or ma'am, you should be all set. Your Focus Inbox is completely gone. And then your Adobe Acrobat tab is gone as well. And then that's it. And then you can close out the ticket. So then you basically get off the machine. Obviously, you get permission before you get in the machine, and then you close out the ticket. So you hit close, and that's it. You just close it out. You put notes on it, obviously. So if you go back to view ticket, I may have to reopen it. Maybe it will let me reopen it, maybe not. So remove on unchecked Adobe plugin or add-in, and I went to Focus Inbox on view and unchecked it, and then that's it. Hit send and receive. So now there we go. Now we had the ticket. So now that ticket is done. All right, ticket number 2, admin rights. So we got over this before. It's a little more complicated now. So obviously same machine. You know, I could create multiple VMs, but I just want to do it on one machine. Good morning. I have to keep installing stuff on my machine. I got approval for admin rights. Can you please give me admin rights to my computer? Also, can you add me to remote users so I could remote into my machine? So obviously it's a little more complicated because they want admin rights. So every person or every user or every client in the environment that you work in, they are not allowed to have admin rights. But obviously Jim, he's probably a software developer, which he is. I created tickets on him today. So we want to get approval from his manager or probably your manager before you give him admin rights, and then you just give him admin rights, whoever it is, just give him admin rights. And then after that, he wants to remote into his computer. So we have to make sure that he's added to remote group users. And also we have to make sure that the remote desktop protocol or the remote desktop settings is enabled on that computer. So I'm going to show you how to do all that right now. Obviously, he does not exist on this system, but I'm just going to show you how to actually do it, if that makes sense. So you go into the computer. Obviously, you get on his computer. You tell him, can I do a screen share with you? Yes, Kevin, you can. I get on his computer, and then you go in here. And then if you go on his computer, the easiest thing to do is you hit the C Explorer, which is a folder icon down here. You literally right-click on PC. You hit Properties, and you go to Advanced System Settings. You go into Remote, and you click the Allow Remote Connections for this computer. And then what you do is you add him in here. So you look for Jim, whatever his name is, and you check for names, and you add him here. And then that's it. You're good to go after that. So that's how you would do that. So that's number one. So you have to add him there. Step number two is you go into management or manage. So you right click on this PC again and you hit manage. So when you hit manage, there's this thing called local users and groups. You go into groups and you add him as an admin here. So you go to admin, administration, you put him in here, you hit okay, you hit apply, okay, and you're all set. So now he's an admin of his own computer. Sometimes you may have to log off and log back in for this to work. Sometimes it just works right away. It depends how your environment is set up, but now they have admin rights. Now you want to add him to remote desktop users. So there's a group called remote desktop users, grant users the right to log in remotely. So you want to add him to this group as well. So you add him in here, same thing, Jim, whatever his name is. And you hit okay, you hit apply, and then you're all set. And then if you really want to test it to the teeth, if you really want it to make sure that it actually physically works, what you do is you get a spare laptop. If you have a spare laptop, you have him go into the website, the Citrix website that your company uses, and you had him click remote desktop. But before you even go into that, you connect them to a hotspot on your mobile phone. So if you have like Wi-Fi in the office and the Wi-Fi is a company Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. So you got to put them on hotspot. So you put the laptop on hotspot using your mobile phone. You have him go to the Citrix website, and then you have him click remote desktop on the laptop and have him remote into this computer. And if he's able to remote in, then he shouldn't have any problems when he works from home, if that makes sense. So if he has a laptop or computer at home, he should be able to remote in. If that works on a laptop that's on guest Wi-Fi or a Wi-Fi that's not related to the office or company, then that means he's fully set. He should be able to log in. But also part of that, so it becomes a little more complicated, part of that is remember that he has to download Citrix Receiver on his computer. So if I was you, if I was the person that because he has to work, probably he'll work tonight or tomorrow, whatever, and he's trying to remote in, I tell him, I send him an email, I send him a full-blown email, right? Like I'll show you right now, like Outlook, let me open Outlook again. I send him a full-blown email. And, I know this is his computer, but say, for example, this is not his computer, right? I send him a full-blown email, whatever his name is, right? Whatever his name is, it could be whatever. And I say, good afternoon, Jim. Can you please follow the instructions below? And then, and you send, please download Citrix Receiver and then you go to the website. So you go into, Citrix Receiver, download. You look for the right one. It's like, you have to figure out if he has a Mac machine or Windows machine. So you send him to this website. Just if he has Windows, you do this one. And then you go back into it, go to please download at this website, so it's not gonna work for me here. It's not letting me copy and paste. So you do Citrix Receiver download, right? So then you go into the website. Like like for some people, they're not really tech savvy. So what you do is you make a full email with them and you send it to them. Please download this receiver. After doing this, go to the Citrix company website, log in with your username and password, check dual or RSA to allow the login, and then go to apps and click remote desktop. It should connect to your desktop. If this doesn't work, please contact Helpdesk or let me know. And then you do like regards, and you Kevin, and you send email. So this is a proper way to send an email to someone that's trying to remote into their computer that is actually a software developer. Because some of them are not tech savvy. They only know how to do coding and stuff like that. Or they only know how to run scripts and stuff like that. They wouldn't know how to remote in. Some of them don't know how to do that. Some are tech savvy, some are not. So you might want to give them an instruction manual. And then if you're like a smart person or smart tech, like I do this with everyone. I do this with myself and a few other people. I would save this in sent items or in a folder, and then I have this as a backup. And then if someone in the company has that same problem where they're trying to remote in, I already have something I can send them. I create like a document. So I put this in a Word document and I send it to as many users as I possibly can. That way it makes my life a lot easier, and I don't have to kill myself when I'm writing these emails. I have to keep writing the email over and over again. Instead of doing that, I just send them a Word document with screenshots and instructions on how to log into the website, if that makes sense. So I know that's a lot of information, but that's what I would do if that was me and I had to resolve this ticket. Just being prepared with it. So I'm going to close out ticket, and I'll put, I send him instructions on how to use remote desktop. I added him to admin group and remote group. I also tested RDP on a laptop with guest Wi-Fi. This is how I would do this ticket. I know that sounds like a lot of work. That's what I would do with this ticket. That's just the way I work. Obviously, if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. This is how I work. I try to be as organized as I possibly can, and I try to be as professional as I possibly can with these tickets. All right, so f.lux. What the hell is that? Let's look at that. Can you install f.lux on my machine? So sometimes you get these weird requests that people want certain applications on their computer. So f.lux is actually a brightness application for free you could download on your computer, and actually controls the brightness of your computer. And it changes the color of the computer brightness to yellow. So basically it puts a lower light on the computer, the light brightness and the light of the computer. So it allows you to sleep better at night, basically. So obviously you got to get approval for this. So you send it to your manager, you send it to HR, you send it to their manager, whoever it is that approves it, you get the approval, and then you install it on the computer. So obviously if you're running SSEM, Ivanti, whatever, you basically create the package for it, and then you deploy it on that computer. So I'm going to show you what it is, just so you know what it is, because you might get a request like this. I know that sounds crazy, but you might get a request like that. So I'm going to download it right now. I'm going to run it. I'm going to install it, and I'm going to show you how it works. So basically, you could basically change the brightness. So like if you have issues with sleep or whatever, this is something that's absolutely free, and you could adjust this with brightness. So this fixes so some people are, with us at technology, or whoever works in IT, or whoever fixes computers, or whoever does finance, whatever job you work, if you see light too much in your face, you will have trouble sleeping at night. So this is a software application that allows you to sleep at night. So basically you adjust it on your computer, you close out of it, and it's down here. So if you ever want to adjust it, you could adjust the color and scheduling right over here, and you put your location where you live and everything. And based on your location, it tells you when to wake up, it tells you when the sun rises, when the sun goes down, blah, blah, blah. It gives you a bunch of options as well. So it's just something that you probably have never seen before, but I have seen in my other job, my hedge fund jobs, because some people have trouble sleeping. So they have me install this on their computer. I know you have never seen this in your life before, but maybe you might encounter it in your job. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. So So I would put, I got approval for this. So I installed it just now. I got approval for this and installed it just now. And you hit send. You close out the ticket. All right. Now this one is really interesting. So there's another one. So good morning. I need to do trading today. I noticed I'm missing Bloomberg and they added it on Excel. Can you install it for me? So obviously, if it's a financial company, whatever company you work, if it's something that the company uses, obviously you don't need approval for it. So basically, you just go ahead and download it. So what I do is you go to the company website of Bloomberg Technology, and you do Bloomberg download. And I'm going to show you I'm going to show you what this is and what it does. We're going to go and download this one. So it's always going to be the new and upgraded installation. You're going to click install, and it's going to download, and I'm going to show you what it does. So while it's doing that, I'm going to remove that the efflux, whatever, just so you don't have it on this computer. All right. I'm going to show you what this does. So obviously this install takes a while, just letting you know. So you want to pick a time when they're not busy. You want to pick a time when they're having lunch, or you want to pick a time when they're able to do it. And this is something that they're using for trading. So he says, I noticed I'm missing this. Can you install it for me? So this is a trading program software that allows you to trade on Bloomberg and an application that does trading, and you're able to see numbers that go in and out of the financial. So if you work in a financial firm or a hedge fund, and if you know how to troubleshoot this and you know how to install this, basically you can make about 60 to 100K, because this application is super important for the company or for the client, depending where you work. But they pay about 60 to over 100K. If you know how to troubleshoot Bloomberg, or you can work for Bloomberg Technology, which is a Bloomberg company. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right now while I'm waiting for that to install, just so you guys are aware, you know, because some people may not know this, but you definitely will it's something that you should probably learn, or understand how to troubleshoot, just so you know how to do it, you know. Let me see if it comes up right over here. Let's see. So Bloomberg is one of those things that pays a lot of money. By the way, it's not $1 an hour. I tell you, $60K, $30 an hour. It pays $60K or higher. So if you really want to learn something and you want to work for hedge funds, you should learn Bloomberg. I'm letting you know right now. Something that I use a lot in my job, by the way, just letting you know. All right, so let's get out of the screen and I'll show you what it does. So we're gonna install that right now. Yes. This might take a few minutes to install. That's totally fine. And this is something that the financial people use, by the way, because it helps them make money. So if you could troubleshoot an application that helps a user make money, obviously it helps you as well as an individual, as an IT support. This is like Salesforce. I don't know if you know what Salesforce is. So if you know how to use Salesforce, if you know how to use CapIQ, if you know how to use Macabacus, if you know how to use Bloomberg, any of these trading software applications, Geneva, basically this will help. This will definitely, this would definitely make money. It would definitely, you would definitely make money out of this. I'm letting you know right now. So this is private Bloomberg private IP. So some companies have Bloomberg routers. So they're Bloomberg routers specifically dedicated only to Bloomberg. And then some companies just use the regular internet. And that's it. They just connect to it. And they have a Bloomberg keyboard. So basically there's a Bloomberg keyboard that you use to log into it. I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. So you have to scan with your finger in order for you to log into that application. If you don't have the keyboard, you can't log into it. I mean, you can log into it with your email address and the code. That's the other way to do it. But this is basically what it is. I'll show you what it is. It's this one. So it's a Bloomberg keyboard. So Bloomberg has a keyboard that they use. So basically, you put your finger on it, you scan it, and you're logged into it. And then there's also Bloomberg. There's also Bloomberg to go. Bloomberg to go. Bloomberg Anywhere, and basically you log in with a key. You can log in with a looks like a wallet. It's like a key fob, whatever. And you basically it gives you a number. You log in with that, and you log into Bloomberg. You can log into Bloomberg working remotely if you don't have a keyboard with you. So this is the other way to do it. So it's just something that I wanted to share with you, because I'm not sure if anyone here works in hedge funds, but I do. I have experience. I've been in hedge funds for a while now. And I feel like you should know this if you work in hedge funds, or you might see this in your job. You work in real estate or any type of financial job. So this is why I'm going over this. So obviously you see it's very time consuming. So you want to let them know that this will be very time consuming, and that it might be 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It might take a little longer than that, less than that. So you want to let them know. You want to keep the user in mind when you're installing these things. You don't want to just install it on the fly. You don't want to let them know that it's going to take 5 minutes. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's going to take more than 5 minutes. So keep that in mind when you install these things, if that makes sense. You'd be surprised, like some of these people, they're really good with Bloomberg, like really, and they're really smart with Bloomberg. So, and it does bring money to the financial firms or the financial companies. And I go over it. I know you guys probably don't need it, or you probably don't know about it, or you probably don't care about it, but it's something that I think you should know if you're trying to make money in hedge funds, or you're trying to do IT support level 1 or level 2. This does pay well if you know how to do this. I'm just letting you know right now. So for people that are thinking of working in hedge funds, and I haven't, like, ever since I worked in hedge funds, I haven't wanted to go back. I love working in hedge funds, by the way. So then when I open it up, it will take a while to open because it's a big application. It takes up a lot of memory, by the way. So on this computer, it's like 6 gigs of RAM, right? On this computer, you're gonna need at least 12 to 24 gigs of RAM for Bloomberg, because it does take up a lot of memory, by the way. Look at the CPU is like spiking like crazy. So now, if you want to install the add-in, like, there's a login, see, and then how do you troubleshoot it? So basically, this is the advanced options right over here. You change the adapter, you change the settings here, you hit done, and then there's also, yeah, it says verify your serial number, verify your order, verify your access key, legacy connection options, and basically here you would do is you basically call a Bloomberg representative. They give you a session key, and you put in the key, the Bloomberg access key. You put the product key in there, and then it installs the serial number in here, and then they're able to log into their computer. So it's just stuff that you might want to know, might be aware of. So I just close that out. So now if you want to add the add-in, you go to Bloomberg. You go into install Office add-ins. You hit install, and then if you want to confirm that it's working, you open up Excel for them. That's totally fine. And it should be right there. That's it. It's right there. And then if obviously if you're an IT professional or someone that really cares about your job and someone that likes to keep everything organized, you just pin it to the taskbar, leave Excel there, and then they don't have to keep looking for it every time on the start menu when you open it up. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. You should be all set. Yep. So that's how you will handle that ticket. Obviously, you have to know it might take like 15 to 20 minutes, maybe more, but just let them know, keep the customer in mind, because this install might take a while. So Bloomberg add-in and software has been installed. So, easy ticket. And you just hit that and close it out. All right, next ticket. Anaconda install. It's me again. Jimmy again, and he has admin rights, but he's asking for help. Can you please install Anaconda on my computer? I have no idea what that is, so I'm just going to Google it. By the way, I do know what this is, but I just wanted to show you guys. So Anaconda install. So this person is probably a software developer. Obviously, if they're a software developer, you don't got to do anything. You just install it for them and get approval for it, obviously. So, and you just go here, you hit download. We're going to do a 64-bit. So they're like they're SQL developer, software developer, whatever. They need these things, otherwise they can't do their work. So this is something that I had to do in my other job. So I worked with SQL developers, software developers. I worked with admins that do admin website changes and stuff like that. So this is something that they might be asking for. You do all users. He has admin rights, so it's totally fine. And you install it. And then see this thing here, this is Path Anaconda. You wanna do this one, the one on the bottom, and you hit install. And I'll show you what it does. Obviously, depending on your environment, you might be requested to install this. You may not be requested to install this, but it's good that I go over a little bit of everything, just so maybe you might see it in your job, you might not see it in your job, just so you know, just to have it there, so you know how to install it, if that makes sense. So just give that a second. So you see, this install takes a while. But when you're working with a software developer or someone that does SQL, whatever, they don't care. They just want it on their computer. Obviously, this is why you would give a software developer or SQL guy admin rights, full admin rights, because they could do it on their own. They're tech savvy. They know what they're doing. They do it on their own. They don't really care for you to install it for them, because they pretty much know how to do it. So if you give them admin rights, they will install it on their own. They'll ask you for help for little things, like little things here and there, but not really a lot, because they know what they need on. They know what programs they need in order to install these things, if that makes sense. They know that they're gonna need BLP. They know they're gonna be using Python. They know they're gonna be using C++. They might ask for Notepad, Note++, Notepad++. They may ask for a bunch of other applications, but this is something that you will see in your job. By the way, if you're working with software developers. So it should be here now, and then that's Anaconda PowerShell, and that's basically what it is. So, and there's other stuff that it does. There's a Jupyter Notepad, and I'll show you the other stuff. Has a bunch of stuff here. The Spider Anaconda. Just show you what it. I'm opening it up. It's just show you what it does. It's Python, by the way. I am not a Python user, but this is what they would be using, by the way. Oh, it's dismissed. Yeah, so this is fully installed. So now you could just, create the ticket, go back to the ticket and say, this has been installed for the software developer. Because they're probably doing like database changes, or they're probably doing work for the websites of the company. So you want to make sure you install it as soon as possible. The same guy. Good morning. I'm a software developer. I need SQL on my machine in order to run database services. So same thing. You go into the website. Obviously, you don't need approval for him because he's a software developer. So you do SQL Studio download. And I'm going to download SQL. Download this one. This is something that he may want, and he's a software developer. So like, it's the stuff that you may see in your job, you may not see in your job. Like I said, you may see it, you may not see it. So let's just go over this. I have to go over this with you because you might see this in your job. I'm just letting you know right now. So it's asking me to restart his computer, which is totally fine. It's probably some Windows updates. It probably needs C++ runtime. It probably needs the C++ distribution package. I'm guessing it probably needs a bunch of C++ stuff from 2015, 2016, 2017. It probably needs Net Framework as well, 4.7, 4.5, 4.6. You don't know. So these are things that you might have to install for the user or the client, the software developer. You don't know. So this is why it's prompting me for restart. It's probably missing some prerequisites, like free things that need to be installed before installing SQL on their computer. Yeah, so this is stuff that you might encounter in your job, FYI, just letting you know. So now it's restarting. It's installing some updates. So sometimes you will have missing app updates on a computer that work with the installation for some of these things, if that makes sense. So it might ask you to restart. It might ask you that you're missing this. Please install this before you run it. Blah blah blah. It might ask you all that stuff. So let's try running this again. Let's see what happens. Ah, now it works. All right, install. And see, now it's installing a SSMS. So keep in mind, this install does take a while. But this is something that you may encounter in your job. Like I said, you may not encounter in your job. Who knows? So, and like I said, I hope these videos help you guys out in some shape or form. You know, I try to make videos that are realistic. I try to make videos that you may encounter in your job. So that's the reason why I do videos on the ticketing system, because you may encounter this in your job. You may not encounter this in your job. I don't know. Everyone's environment is different. But it's good to know about this, or it's good to learn how to install it, because you might see this in your job, if that makes sense. So, but I definitely hope that this helps you out, and at least it helps you out in some shape or form. You know, hopefully I'm not wasting my time making these videos. Hopefully it does help somebody in IT. All right. So how do you know if it's working? So basically, you go into SQL tools, you go into SQL server management, and it should work. It should just open up right away. If it doesn't open up right away, you're missing something. The install fails. Something else is going on with the application. So, and it does take a while to open. Just keep in mind that this does take a while to open. This is something that requires a lot of resources to open, just like Bloomberg. So you'll have some users that use Bloomberg with SQL software as well. This is why I'm doing this video, because I've seen this in my environment before. I'm not making this up. So this is why I'm going over it. And how do you know this is working? Well, you know, I have the Windows authentication, and it has you to log in. So you probably, now obviously you won't have this information. You may have it, you may not have it. So you got to go into your knowledge base in your company, or you might have to ask your manager, or you might have to ask a server admin or somebody, and they'll give you this information. If they don't give it to you, they'll probably give it to the software developer, and he just logs in on his own. You don't have to do anything. And he said next, 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 and connect. And that's it. And that's pretty much it. So now this is completely done. I'm going to shut down my VM. I'm going to reply back to this. I'm going to say this has been installed. This has been installed. If you have any issues, please let me know. Let me just close out the ticket. And that's pretty much it. That's all the tickets for today. So as always, I hope this video helps you out in some shape or form. And as always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Destroy that like button for me. I really appreciate it. It does help me out. Because if you do hit that like button, it actually basically shows my video more on YouTube. People can see who I am, if that makes sense. And let people know on my channel. I'm always here to help. I will try to help you. Obviously, I got a busy schedule myself. You know, I'm human. You know, but I try to help as much as I can. So hopefully this video helps you out, and let me know if you want me to keep making videos on this. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. All right. Take care. Peace. Later. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday. And today I want to go over real life tickets that you might see in your job. And I also want to go over how you prioritize your tickets. It's just going to be a small 2 tickets. That's it, nothing crazy. So, and I'm going to show you, because you may encounter this in your job. Obviously, I go over real life tickets. I go over tickets that you might actually see in your job. You may encounter this. You may encounter this. You may not encounter this. But something that you have to be aware of, because you might come across this issue. And I always go over weird issues, by the way. It's just me, because you may see this in your job. You may not see it in your job. So obviously, you're new to my channel. I do IT videos. I do desktop support videos. I talk about how to get into IT. We do job resume reviews as well, and we also do live training as well. So when you hit the notification bell, that way you know when I go live. I really appreciate it. Click on that, because we do hands-on training. And then when we do hands-on training, a bunch of people join the hands-on training, and we go over resumes. We do hands-on training. We go over the ticketing system. We go over Exchange, Active Directory, DNS, blah, 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 a bunch of different things. And it's free. It's absolutely free. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I want you to, today for this video, do me a favor. I want you to destroy the like button on this video. destroy the blue button. Keep clicking the blue button until we go. Keep clicking the like button until he goes blue on this video. I greatly appreciate it. And let's go over these real life tickets. So I'm going to show you my screen as I always do, and I'm going to show you what's going on today with someone's computer account. Some weird issues you may encounter in your job, by the way. So let's go into this. So let me share screen with you. All right. And I'm going to go over this in a way as a professional IT person, not just rushing tickets, if that makes sense. So the first thing you need to do, obviously it's just 2 tickets today, but it gets very complicated. You're about to see right now. So first thing you want to do is you want to look at the priority of the ticket. On the right-hand side, it says low and it says medium. So we have 2 issues right here. We have an issue with the computer has fallen off the domain. And we have an issue with the computer is a new hire. There's a new hire there, obviously. So let's go over the tickets one by one. So this is a new hire setup. The start date is tomorrow. So we have a new hire with the setup today. This is a ticket that you would regularly get if you're starting, like if you're new to IT, you're doing IT support, desktop support, you'll get a new hire request and you have to create the account. Either you have access to create the account or you only do some of it and then you give some of it to level 2 and level 2 does it, if that makes sense. So it depends on the company, it depends on the environment, but we're going to go over this today and the other ticket as well. So you want to look at the other ticket as well. Since computer has fallen off the domain, Jimmy, remember Jimmy? We created a Jimmy account, and one of my other videos is like, Kevin, I can't log into my computer. See the screenshot below. So the trust relationship between this workstation and the primary domain has failed. So now we have a weird issue right here. So this is a really weird issue, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. So being an IT person has been in IT for a while, we have to prioritize the tickets. So Kevin, how do you prioritize tickets? So this one, we only have 2 or 3 tickets, for example, right? We want to go over we're going to do the one that has the computer has fallen off the domain. You won't do the new hire because the new hire is not due to tomorrow. So you can do this later on today as you're working throughout the day. We're going to do the one that says computer has fallen off the domain because that user cannot do their job. If someone cannot do their job and it's hindering them from doing their job, so it's something that right away they're down for a really long time, or they're down for a couple minutes, or something else is going on with their computer. They can't do any work at all. You want to do that ticket first. So in your job, you want to do the ticket that's the most important one is the one that the user is having an issue and they cannot do their job. So hopefully this makes sense. I have to go over this because some people will skip tickets. Like someone has an issue where they can't print, or someone has an issue where they have a meeting right now, and you have to prioritize the tickets. You can't say no to the user. Like if someone's having an issue where they can't print, you have to help them. If someone's having an issue that they can't log in, you have to help them. If someone's having an issue where their computer is not working, you have to help them. If someone's having an issue where their monitor is not working and they cannot log into the computer because the monitor is not working, you have to help them. All right. So I hope this makes sense. All right. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to log in and see what the hell is going on with Jimmy. So let's log in. So it's going to be J Chan, I think. And I think it's password 123. I think it's. I think I changed it to welcome 123. Okay, there we go. Security database on the server does not have a computer account for this workstation. So at this point, Jimmy's calling you. Jimmy's like, hey, Kevin, I can't log in. I'm trying to log in. I put my username and password. It doesn't work. At this point, we're gonna have a series of problems. At this point, we're gonna have to log in as a local admin. So we have to get on the computer. Either you physically go to that computer and see what's going on. And you're like, Jimmy, do me a favor. Yes, Kevin. We'll get a cup of coffee or something. Come back. Let me fix this for you. I think this is an issue where the computer is no longer in our system. So let me just check a couple of things here for you. All right. All right, Kevin. And I'll walk around with my laptop or whatever, and I have to go to the server and check. So let's go to the server too and see what the hell's going on with this thing. This is not normal. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So we're going to go to the start menu, click on server manager. We're going to click on tools. We're going to click on Active Directory users and computers. And immediately I'm going to go to computers because this is where we keep all our computers. And I see it's not there. So there's something wrong with this computer. Right away, I know there's something wrong with this computer because usually when you add a computer to a domain, it would be noticed here in the container. So there's a container, and the container is supposed to be is going to be there, and obviously there's supposed to be a computer here, and there's absolutely nothing here. So we know there's something wrong with that computer. So now I am obligated to log in as a local admin account, a local account, which is not on the domain, and I have to fix this computer. And I'm going to show you how I fix this computer. So since it's not working properly. So I'm going to move the server to the left-hand side. You cannot see my screen. And I'm going to do Control-Delete, pretend I'm on the computer. And I'm going to, since he walked away, I'm going to log in as a local admin because some of these computers have a local admin account that you could just log into in case the computer ever goes down. So all the companies, no matter what company you work at, unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, every company has a local account that you could log into as an IT professional in case something goes wrong with that computer and the user cannot log in. So you could log in as a local admin account or a local account to help them fix whatever issue they're having. So I'm going to log in as a local admin account, and I'm going to actually log in as a local admin account doing /administration because that's the account that I created when I first started creating this computer or this desktop, if that makes sense. Now that I did that, I'm going to see what's going on this computer. So we're going to go into to fix this problem right away. I'm not going to get too technical. I'm going to just show you how to fix it. So basically, you go into the C Explorer. You click on this PC. You want to right-click on it. You hit Properties. And we're going to do Change Settings. I'm going to hit Change. I'm going to reverse whatever I did before. So basically, I'm going to reverse. Since it's not working, I'm going to reverse and put it back on the local group, on a work group, local group. So I'm going to remove it from the domain, and I'm going to try to add it back to see if that fixes the problem. So I'm going to keep it alone as desktop 1. I'm going to put work group, and I'm going to put work here, and I'm going to hit OK. And it says you need admin rights to do that, which is totally fine by me. And let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. And it's going to ask me for the password for the domain controller. So Kevtech.local domain, which is totally fine with me. I already know what the password is. I have to fix in order to fix it. So it's gonna require you to have the admin password, the IT Helpdesk password, in order for you to actually take it off the domain, and it's gonna make you restart. So we're gonna restart right now. So because this obviously it's not working, it's broken now. So there's an issue now. So now Jimmy Chan can't even log in or do anything. So he still went to go get coffee. He still hasn't come back yet. So we have to give him an expectation of how long it's going to take. So it could take 15 minutes. It could take 10 minutes. It could take 20 minutes. We don't know. So I say 15 to 20 minutes. You got to give an expectation, So now there's no domain, no nothing on this computer. You see, it's just one account. This is the local account that I started with at the beginning. So now I'm going to log into this. And I think it's capital W. No, lowercase w. I'm going to log into it again. And now I'm going to, so I reversed it by removing it from the domain. Now I'm going to reverse it again. I'm going to re-add it back to the domain. So I'm going to go back into it, to the C Explorer. I'm going to right-click this PC. I'm going to hit Properties. You have no idea how many times you may encounter this issue in your job. I encountered this issue several times where a computer just falls off the domain and it no longer works. It is no longer inactive. So you have to fix it. This is the way you will fix it. There are other ways to do it, by the way. It's not just one method. There's several methods to fix it. And then I'm going to hit domain, and I'm going to put kevtech.local. And let's see if it picks it up. It's supposed to pick it up, and it does pick it up. So I'm going to do administrator. So obviously, this is the domain controller password. Like I said, this is the domain. This isn't the local account. I know it's confusing because it says administrator. I created an account called administrator as a local account, and then I created another account called administrator on the server account on Active Directory, which is the one I'm trying to log into right now. So I know it's a little confusing, but no, basically I'm logging in with the Active Directory account, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do my password. And it should be able to add it back on the domain. Now it says Kevtech.local domain. And every time you change your name on the computer, you have to restart the computer. It's going to make you restart. No matter what you do, it's going to prompt you to restart. So just restart it. And now, how do you confirm that this is actually working? Well, it'll tell you right here. I'll show you how do you know it's working. I'll show you real quick. So let it restart. Let it restart. All right, we're gonna do Control-Delete. So you go to other user, it's just say Kevtech. So now it's in the domain, Kevtech. Now, how do you confirm even further that it's on the domain? You go back to your server. I'm gonna go to my server. I'm gonna click my Active Directory, and it should be there. It's right there. It's right there. I basically added it back. It's right there. So now I see Jimmy Chan has come back. I'm like, hey, Jimmy Chan. Yes, Kevin. Can you log in for me one more time? Let's just see if it works. Yes, Kevin. Sure, I'll log in for you right now. So let's log in back again. We're going to do welcome 1, 2, 3, I believe. And it should let him log in. And voila, he's all set. Now it's working. Jimmy Chan, you should be all set. I took your computer off our system and re-added it again. It was a bug with our system. I'm sorry about that. But you should be fully all set. You should be fully set with this. If you have any issues or concerns, please let me know. You can always call me back. I'll be more than happy to help you. And I hope you have a great day. All right, Jimmy? Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. And then you go back to the ticket and you close the ticket. And then obviously you can put a reply. Remove the computer from the domain and added it back. And then you close the ticket. Voila, that's it. So that's how you close this ticket. So I know that's a little complicated, but that's how you would close it. Now I'm gonna just shut this one down. So I don't need this running right now. Now we have a new hire ticket. I love my new hire tickets because they're kind of cool actually. So let's see what's going on with this one. So this is why I'm going over this. I'm going over this because the other one is more important. Remember what I just said. If it's something that's super important and the person cannot do their job, you have to do the other ticket first. No matter what, don't skip over them because they have to do their job. If they can't do their job, you're going to have a problem. You know, your manager's going to say something to you. Someone's going to say something to you. So you want to prioritize your tickets. All right. So we got a new hire request. Start day is tomorrow. Full time. Lauren Kelly, HR. All right. So just for this video, for the sake of this video, I have a computer right over here, by the way. And I'm going to add this computer to the domain. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So this is a brand new computer. So let's just pretend that Lauren Kelly is starting tomorrow and I have to get her a brand new computer, which I have. I logged into this computer. Obviously, there's imaging and all this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff you could do. You could image your SSCM, Ivanti, PDQ, blah, blah, blah. But let's just pretend that this is a small company and you have to physically add a computer to a domain as opposed to imaging it, and you have to manually install the apps and stuff like that, okay? So I'm going to add this computer to the domain. And I'm going to go into C Explorer. How do I know that this computer is ready to be on a domain? I'm going to go into CMD. And don't worry, we'll talk about this in later videos. I'm going to show you how to add a computer to a domain, how to do the DNS, how to do the HTTP. So don't worry about that. It's just, you know, the basic stuff today. So ping kevtech.local. Should work. It does work. All right. I'm going to add the computer to the domain. So how do you do that? So you go into the C drive, C Explorer, the yellow folder, you right click on this PC, you hit properties, change settings. I put this as desktop 2, by the way, just so we don't get confused. So we have another desktop. Now I'm going to add it to the domain. So we're going to do the domain and I'm going to do Kevtech, if I could spell, right? Kevtech.local. Hit OK. And same thing, it's going to add for that administration password, the one from the server. And then I'm going to log into it. And it should work. It should add it to the domain. This is basically a new hire. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to hit close. I'm going to hit restart now. So I'm going to leave this to the side. And let's create a new account. Let's just see what they want. So they want Lauren Kelly, HR manager title, department HR. And they want me to add her to the HR group. So if it's not, there's no group, please create one. All right. So that makes sense. So we're going to do Active Directory users and computers. We're going to go into users right over here. We're going to right click on it and we're going to hit new user. And then we're going to do Lauren. And then we're going to do Kelly. So Lauren Kelly. So L Kelly, because the naming convention, remember we have naming convention first letter of the name and the last name. So L Kelly. And I'm going to put, for this one, I'm going to put password 123, capital P, password 123. And then I'm having the user change the next login. So when they log in, it changes it automatically for them. They have to change their password when they log in. So I hit finish. So now they're completely done. And I want to add more information to it. So we're going to do, let's do email. So it's going to be lauren.kelly@kevtech.local. It's just probably what they want, but let me just double check to see if this is correct. Yes, that is correct for this one. All right. So I hit apply, and we're gonna go into I'm going to connect it to the H drive. So remember we have like this home drive, whatever. We have to set up an H drive for her. So how do you do that? You go into someone else's account and just mirror that, mirror whatever it is. So we're going to go into Jimmy Chan, because remember we created that account. We're going to go into profile and we're going to copy him. We're going to copy it because she needs a home drive directory. It's requested on the ticket. So we're going to hit cancel. We're going to go to her and we're going to do copy and paste. And we're going to do J Kelly, apply. Okay. And I want to confirm that it actually works. Remember, we went over this before. How do you confirm that it works? You go into C Explorer, go into your disk PC, go into the local disk, go into the home folder, and there should be a J Kelly folder right there, which there is. All right. So now we're going to go back into looking for her. She should be around here somewhere. I just created her. All right. Obviously, if you can't find her, you could always search for her. So let me go back into this. We're going to go into telephone number. And we're going to do comma xxxx slash xxx slash xxx. And we're going to hit apply. And we're going to go back into organization, job title. So they already gave her a title. So she's HR manager. And department is going to be HR. And then company is going to be Kevtech. And we're going to hit apply. Okay. And then she needs access to be part of a distribution group called HR, which I don't think there's a HR distribution group. So that now it's getting a little more complicated because they're asking for a bunch of requests. So let's create a distribution group called HR. So we're going to do new, right click here, right click the users. Depending on how you set up in your environment, hit new. I'm going to hit new group. I'm going to do a distribution group and we're going to call it HR. And we're going to hit OK. And then you could add her to it by clicking on her, or you could add her to it by clicking HR. So I'm gonna do the HR way. So I'm gonna double click on HR. I'm gonna click members. I'm gonna add her as a member in it. So we're gonna do A.L. Kelly. Check for names. Apply. Okay. So now, see how this request gets a little complicated. Now they want me to give her access to the HR drive. Do we have that here? Probably not. So we're going to go into local computers, local disk, this PC, and we're going to create a folder called HR, all right? So we're going to right click here, hit folder, HR. And then we're going to make this into a shared drive folder. So we're going to hit properties. We're going to hit sharing. We're going to hit share, and we're gonna do everyone. It's fine. Share, done. And then we're gonna go to security. We're gonna hit edit. And I'm guessing they want her to be part of it. So I'm gonna do add. And I'm gonna do L Kelly. I'm gonna add her to it. And I'm gonna give her modify access. Okay. Then we're gonna go into the event settings. And I'm going to read and execute, and I'm going to hit edit again. So we're doing NTFS permissions right now. So do modify, hit OK. This subfolder, and these files only, hit OK, hit OK. All right, and she should have access now to this folder, and we'll map it. We'll map the whole folder when she logs in. I'm going to show you how to do all that. So now the account is created. She's been added to distribution group. She's part of the HR group. She has HR access, folder drive access. She has a personal drive access, and she has a title and everything. So now we have to create the mailbox for her. Otherwise, she cannot send emails, obviously. So we're gonna go into Chrome or whatever you use, Exchange Admin Center. Obviously, everyone has their own setup for this. So I have my Exchange Admin Center. Let's see if this works. It should pick it up. It's gonna be a little slow. All right, and then you log into your admin. Into your admin account. Obviously, if you didn't watch any of my other videos, I have lab videos on how to install Exchange Admin on a server 2016. So you should watch those videos, because I have videos on this, by the way, because I done this manually, and there's like a 50-hour-minute video on how to install Exchange on the server, blah blah blah, and you can practice with this while being at home with labs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna hit the little user mailbox. Obviously, we're gonna search for her. Obviously, because it's redirecting to the Active Directory, it will grab her on the system, and I'm gonna hit OK, and I'm gonna hit save. So now she has a mailbox. She has everything set up. But the thing is that they want her as Lauren Kelly, Kevtech.local. They want that email address. So I'm gonna set that as a primary email address. How do you do that? You double click on Kelly, and I believe you go into email address, and we have this thing called automatically update email based on the email policy applied to this. So we're gonna uncheck that. We're gonna hit edit. We're gonna hit add, sorry about that. And we're gonna do Lauren.Kelly@kevtech.local. And we're gonna make that a reply email address. That's the primary. I'm gonna hit save. So I probably, let me see. Oh, because I put a dot. That's why it doesn't work. There we go. All right, there we go. Lauren.Kelly. I'm like, why is that not working? All right, there we go. Should be good. So you see how it imported everything HR says on the right-hand side. Her phone number says it on the right-hand side. And if you go to members of, it probably hasn't replicated yet, but she should be part of that. They should be part of that distribution group. It probably hasn't updated yet. So that's it. Now we're all set with that. Takes time to replicate in the system. So now we're all set. Now we're going to log in as her. So we have the computer right over here. I'm going to move this to the left. And obviously, when you set up a new hire, you want to make sure you log in. You want to make sure you create shortcuts. You want to make sure you map everything for them. You want to make sure you set everything up for them before you send this computer. So we're going to pretend this is a laptop, whatever. And we're going to log in, and we're going to do a bunch of shortcuts. And I'm going to show you what you should be doing when you're setting up a new hire, okay? This is super important, by the way. So I'm going to do other. And I'm going to do the username convention is L Kelly. So I'm going to do L Kelly. And I think it's password 123. And yeah, it is. So we're going to do change password next login. So remember, we put password 123. I'm going to make it welcome 123 capital W. Welcome 123 capital. I know it's not secure, but just for now, just to log her in. All right. And it should log her in. Lauren Kelly should be logged in successfully. So now I'm going to show you. I'm going to log in as her. So that means you have the password saved in your head or whatever. And you're going to have her reach out to you if this is a laptop you're sending to her. Because you see the special request on this. It says, give her a laptop, docking station, monitor, keyboard, mouse to work from home. So this is pretend this is a laptop. So I'll log in as her, right? And I want to do shortcuts and stuff like that. So we're going to right click on email. We're going to get rid of this nonsense. We're going to get rid of this nonsense. We're going to right click here. Obviously, I right click and hit unpin from taskbar. Right click here, show taskbar, show Cortana. I'm going to get rid of all this nonsense. Seems to be successfully connected. I am going to leave Edge here. Me, I love doing things professionally. I'm gonna put Internet Explorer in here. I'm gonna set that as a taskbar as well. Then I'm gonna open up Chrome. I'm gonna set that as a taskbar as well. There we go. So the icon looked weird for a second. All right. And then I'm gonna, because this is a new hire, I want to set everything. I want to make sure the H drive is here too. Actually, the personal drive should be here. Jay Kelly's right there. Look at that. And I'm gonna drag it and put it on the desktop for her, just to make her life a lot easier. And then I'm gonna map the HR drive, and you can make it any letter you want, and you should be able to map it. And I'm gonna show you how to map it. So we're gonna go back into our server. I'm gonna close out of this, and we're gonna close out of this. We're gonna go into C Drive Explorer, this PC, local disk. Obviously, there's more than one way to do it. You know, I'll go in depth later on about shared drive permissioning and NTFS, but for now, let's just map it for her. So we're gonna right click on it. We're gonna hit properties. We're gonna hit sharing. We know this is the path directory. We're gonna copy this. So I'm gonna hit copy. And how do you know it works? You just literally go into it. So it's gonna be like that. So we're gonna go and map this for her. So some people want this as a special, some people want this as a shortcut. So, and you'll get this as a job interview question, by the way. I'm letting you know right now. How do you map a drive? How do you map a shared drive for somebody? Or how do you map a drive for someone? So you go into C Explorer, you go to this PC, you right click on this PC, you go into add a network connection. Oh no, sorry. Well, actually that's one way to do it. I'm gonna do map network drive. Sorry about that. And then you could call it. You could put whatever letter you want. Me, I like to do things a certain convention, a certain way. This is gonna be the H one, and then we're gonna map that path directory. If that makes sense. So should be that path directory. Give me a second. Should be that HR path directory. You should be able to copy and paste it. It may not work. It might work. So it's not gonna let you. It's not gonna let me do it. So that's totally fine. So we're gonna do when GLOO. I should have renamed my server. Server so complicated. View 71-HR. See if that works. It should work. There we go. So now it's there. And me as a professional in IT, I will put this there as well. You know, it's just common sense for me. That's what I would do. All right. So now we set that up. We know this is working. We know this is working. We know all these bookmarks are set up. All right, do I have Excel here? All right. So we're gonna do Excel. We're gonna put that as a shortcut. It's totally fine. Asking me about information, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do that. It's totally fine. It's logged in as sources Lauren Kelly right there. I'm going to do Word. This is the way I work. I put shortcuts for everything. I'm going to put Word as a shortcut. And then we're going to do PowerPoint as well. Put that as a shortcut. And then we're going to do Outlook. So we know that we created an Outlook account for her. So let's see what happens when we try to add it. So hit Outlook, connect. Just do exchange, yes. Let's see what happens. This may work, this may not work. Let's see what happens. Yep, added successfully. No, done. And it should open. Oh, didn't open at all. Okay then, that's weird. Yes, certificate for this. All right, so we're having an issue with her Outlook account. Let's see what's going on. So I'm gonna do control panel. I'm gonna do new mail. I'm gonna do small icons. Click on mail. Show profile. We're gonna hit a new one. New. Lauren. So it's asking me to install a certificate. So let's just see what happens. See if this actually opens on the new one. Yeah, so it's not letting me install it because it's missing a certificate. So let's see what happens. Open Outlook, view certificate, install certificate. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work because I kind of mess with the registry and stuff like that. So that's the reason why it doesn't want to work. It's totally fine. Let's do control panel. We're gonna do. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna remove that. We're gonna open up Outlook again. Let me set up my account manually. I'm gonna do. Let's see if we do this one. Right, it might work, it might not work, because I messed around with the Exchange server a little bit, and I messed something up. So advance. So I did mess something up. Can I open the attempted login folder has failed? So I did mess something up when creating the folder. So let's see. Let me see something. So I'm going to users. I can't see it. I'm gonna go into app data. Let's go into Outlook. Yeah, it's gonna give me that problem because gonna give me that problem because I kind of broke my server today. Just letting you know. It's totally fine, you know. This is not gonna work. It's totally fine. But you get the gist. So basically, you basically put Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Excel. It's not gonna work for me because I don't have a Cisco router set up with DHCP DNS. I don't have certain things set up for Exchange to work on a real life scenario. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. So that's it. That's pretty much it. So then you basically when you're done with the account, you basically just log off and then call it a day, and you're done. So that's it. And then you ship this computer or laptop to Kelly, and she should be all set. And hopefully this video helps you out. And hopefully this helps you out. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great Sunday. And I hope this video helped you out with the 2 issues. Okay. And you guys have a great day. Take care. Peace. Later. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Sunday, and today I want to go over real life tickets. So we're going to go over real life tickets like I always do. So I go over real life tickets, and basically these are tickets that you may see in your job, you may not see in your job. I don't know, it depends on your company, but for the most part, you might see this in your job, and hopefully this helps you out. Obviously, if you're new to my channel, I do IT videos, the desktop support videos, talk about how to get into IT support. I do live training as well on the weekends on Saturday. So hit the notification bell. That way you know when I go live. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button. I greatly appreciate. Smash that like, destroy that like button to the point that it just turns blue and it permanently stays blue. I greatly appreciate it. And also talk to people and tell people about my channels. People don't know who I am. Some people are living under a rock, literally living under a rock, and telling me, who the hell is Kevtech? And tell them about me, you know. If they live under a rock, let me know where they live, what rock they live under, so I'll go on that rock as well. And I would literally lay on that rock as well, and like, yeah, I'm right here. I'm literally by the rock as well. You can see who I am. So anyway, let's get right into this. So as always, I'm gonna share my screen with you, and I'm gonna show you the tickets, and I'm gonna go over all the tickets. So let me share my screen with you real quick. Give me a second. All right, so just for today, it's going to be all Exchange, by the way. So this might be a little complicated. It may not be complicated. We'll see what happens. So let's go over the first ticket, and I'm going to show you how to do these tickets, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing it this way, and I'm going to make it as easy as possible. So hopefully this helps you out. First ticket, reply. Good morning, IT. I'm on vacation. I need someone to set up my out of office reply. Can you please set this up for me? It would say something like this. I'm currently out of office. Please contact HR for assistance. Set it up for today until Monday. I should be back at the office on Tuesday. Regards, Stacy. So how do you, so you'll get requests like this, and I'm not even joking about this. Like, so obviously if you have admin rights or exchange rights, you should be able to do this for someone else. You should be able to help them out and set up their out of office reply. How would you do this for someone else? I'm sure you how to do this right now. Literally, obviously, if she's asking for it, literally all you got to do is open up webmail and set it out of office reply. If you have full admin rights and if you have exchange rights, you could do all that. Obviously, she could also do it in her way by actually opening up her phone and setting up out of office reply on her phone, but she probably doesn't have access to her phone, or she probably is not tech savvy, or she probably doesn't know how to do this. So you have the option of setting up the out of office reply for her, or the other option where you tell her to do it on her phone. But we're gonna do it for her, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. So if you have your server 2016, and I have Exchange set up on this and everything. So watch my other videos because I have this set up already, and I made a video on how to set this up. This is for Stacy. We know it's for Stacy. So literally we need to go into webmail. So I'm in webmail right now, and I'm gonna open it up like brand new as if, you know, I haven't even touched it. So we're gonna go to webmail again. I'm gonna log in with my account, and you have to do it. You have to do it in webmail. It's the way. This is the only way it will work for you. So you go into webmail. Obviously, if you have admin rights to do it, you'll be able to do it. Otherwise, if you don't have admin rights, you have to give this to someone else, like a server admin, a level 2 support, someone that basically that has more access than you. You know, obviously, if you can't do it, then you have to give it to the person that's able to do it for you. So you're on webmail right now. I'm an administrator. So literally what I do is you go into your top right-hand side, you do open another mailbox, and you type Stacy, and you hit her name, and you hit open. And it's going to give you this error message, because the reason why it's giving you this error message is you do not have permission to open the mailbox. So sometimes you will have this problem because you don't have admin rights to her account. So it's not going to work. So literally what you have to do is you have to go back into the admin Exchange console, and you go in here and you add yourself as an admin. So you double click on her name, you go into mailbox delegation, you go into full access. See, these two groups are added, but not you. So you go into administrator, you add yourself temporarily, the administrator, you hit add, you hit okay, and you hit save. Now you should be able to open up her mailbox, and you should be able to set up that auto office reply. So if you go back to here and you do open another mailbox, and you type Stacy, and you hit okay and open, it should work now. And how do you confirm that you're actually her? You literally see the left-hand side, it says Stacy. If you go to the right-hand side, her name is right there. And that's it. And obviously it takes time. So like if you add yourself as an admin on the mailbox, it might work right away. It might take 10 minutes. It might take 5 minutes. You have to give it time to replicate in the system. It worked right away for me. But in some cases, it might take a few minutes for it to actually update or replicate in the system before you can actually open somebody else's mailbox. So she says set up an out of office reply for this kind of office reply for please contact HR for assistance. And she said that set up for today until Monday. So today's Sunday until Monday. So she's off Sunday till Monday. So I'm gonna do that right now for her. So let's go back to this. You want to add out of office reply for her. So how do you do that? So you hit the little gear on the top right hand side. You hit automatic replies, and you want to set it up. So you set up an out of office reply right here. As you can see, I already kind of did it. So literally you do send out of office reply, send reply at this time, Sunday and Monday. So we're gonna put this to 12. We're gonna put this to, let's put it till 10 p.m. I guess. Oh, let's do 11 p.m. And then you just copy and paste whatever she gave you. So you put that there. You put that there. And then you want the automatic replies to be sent to all external users as well, because you want everyone that's out of the office, that's not in the system, to know that she's out of office. You know, she's not in the office. So make sure that you use this one, not this one, this one. And then you hit OK. So now her out of office reply has been set up, and she should be all good. So literally what you do is you sign out of her account, kick yourself out of this. And obviously, since you did that as well, you want to get yourself out of it as an admin as well. Just go back into her mailbox. So you double click on her, go into mailbox delegation, scroll all the way down, remove yourself, hit save. And then you could just reply and close the ticket and say, OO has been set up, She knows what that is, out of office has been set up until Tuesday. You hit send, you hit close. All right, next ticket, forward emails. Aaron is no longer with the company. I want all his emails to forward over to my account. Can you please forward his emails to my account? So remember we created an account called Aaron Wells. So guess what? He's no longer with the company. So now we want his emails to forward to Jimmy. This is Jimmy right here. How do you do that? And why will you do that? So sometimes people leave the company and you don't want access to the whole mailbox. You just want access to the emails that keep coming in, if that makes sense. So he probably doesn't want access to the whole mailbox. He just wants emails that are coming in. Since he left the company, he just wants emails that are coming in right now, currently, if that makes sense. So literally what you do is you go into Aaron Wells, and I'll show you how to do it. And you scroll all the way down to mailbox features. And this is something that you may see in your job, by the way. The auto office reply one that I just talked about, you will see a lot of that, by the way. And this, you will see it as well. So basically, you scroll all the way down, and you hit mail flow. And I already did it already. As you can see, I did it already. So literally what you do is you, just for the sake of this video, this is how it was set up before. You literally go into view details, enable mailbox forwarding. You hit Jimmy, and you hit OK, and you hit save. And you hit save. So now all the emails that Aaron Wells has is going to forward over to Jimmy. And that's how you would do this ticket, if that makes sense. So you might get a request to do this. You may not. You might get a request. I don't know. But maybe you might see this in your job. That's why I wanted to go over this. So now I could just reply back to this. And I could say emails are set to forward over to Jimmy. And that's how you would do this ticket. And you hit send. Obviously, you get approval for this. Jimmy's IT, so you don't need approval for it. But if it's like HR or someone else, you need to get approval for this, because HR would be like, why are you forwarding emails to this person's mailbox? Who the hell is this person? You need approval for this. You can't just do it, because it becomes a compliance issue, it becomes an HR issue. I could go in depth with that, but I'm not going to go in depth with this video. But basically, you need to get approval for that if you're doing that. If that makes sense. All right. Contact creation, same thing. This one you need approval for it, obviously. Kevin isn't on our system. Can you create a mail contact and add him to a distribution IT support group? So sometimes, obviously, for common sense things, obviously, like he's Jimmy, he's IT, so he actually will need approval for it because Jimmy's IT, so he's able to, he's able to request it. But if it's somebody else, you get approval for this. And you're adding them to a distribution group as well, so you definitely need approval for this. So this person is not in the system at all. So how do you create a mail contact, and how do you add that mail contact to a distribution group, and why would you do that? And the reason you would do that is because the person is not in the system and you want them to receive emails in the IT support group. How would you do that? You create a mail contact, and I'm going to show you how to do that using my email address. So literally you go into contacts, literally you go into the little arrow tab, you hit mail contact, and you start filling out their name. So you put Kevin Polinario, my last name, and I will put Kevtech as the alias. You can put an alias, you have to put an alias in there, and you put kevin63@gmail.com. That is my email address. And you want to put them in the domain controller, like an Active Directory. What folder do you want to put them in? I'll put them in users and hit save. So what's the point of this? This is for people, this is for Kevin Polinario, me, to get emails from my Gmail account. So now that I created a mail contact, I should be able to add him to a distribution group. So literally you go into groups, and if you click on IT support, you should be able to add them to this group. So if you hit, there's members right here, membership, member approval, membership, you hit the plus sign, you should be able to add Kevin to it. And hit OK, hit save. So now Kevin is not in the company, but he will still get emails because he's part of the distribution group. So if he's part of a distribution group that gets emails sent to that distribution group, he should be able to get it now, since he has a contact account created on the exchange. So you would see this in an environment where basically you have Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, these external contact accounts that they have a valid email address, and they may want to be added to a distribution group. You might get a request like that, like please add such and such to a distribution group. They're not part of our system, but can you create a mail contact for them and add them to a distribution group? So you might get a request like this. This is the reason why I'm going over this. It's really good to know. It's something that you may see in your job. You may not be able to see. You might not do this in your job. You may do it in your job. You may not have access to do this. Maybe a server admin would do this. Maybe a level 2 will do this. I don't know, but it's good to go over this. And that's it. So now anyone that emails IT at kevtech.local, that email will go to kevinpolinario63@gmail.com, which is my email address. So because he's part of it now, so he should be able to get emails. And obviously, if you go in the distribution group, you want to make sure that the delivery management is set to senders inside, outside my organization. So you're going to change that. You get approval for this as well. You change that. So now anyone that emails that's not part of Kevtech.local, anyone that emails as a Gmail account, MSN, MSN.com, whatever, everyone is able to send emails to this distribution group. Even outside organizations are able to email that group. So now it's fully set up properly. So we're gonna close this ticket out. Close ticket out. Hi system, whatever. Mail contact. has been created. And you may see this in your job, you may not see this in your job. You gotta get approved for this, obviously. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Next one. Room mailbox. Every time we set up meetings, someone already is using the room. Can we do anything to fix this problem? So I call Stacy, I email her, we message back and forth, and I'm like, Stacy, we could create a room mailbox. She's like, what is that? So basically, anytime anyone emails the room mailbox, they have to reserve the room every time. So you could create, she's having an issue where the 21st floor, every time they have a meeting, there's a meeting at 9 a.m. There's two admins trying to get into the same room at 9 a.m. because they want to use the same room. And the problem with that is that you can't have meetings overlap each other, and they could try to use a different room. So my resolution for this, or my fix for this, is having a room mailbox. And I'm going to show you what that is, and I'm going to explain what it is, and I'm going to explain why we're doing this. So literally, you go into your Exchange admin console. You go into share. Is it share? Sorry. You go into resources, right? Sorry about that. And you go into room, and you hit room mailbox. So we're going to make this 21st floor. And I'm going to explain to you why we're doing this. And I'm going to explain to you what's the point of it, if that makes sense. So, and then this is going to be New York, because I'm from New York. And then we're going to put it in the obviously we'll put it in the right mailbox. It has to be in the New York mailbox. This is from New York. And then we're going to go in here. Let's see what else we got to do. I'm gonna hit save. So now we have this room. What's the point of this room? Why are we creating a room? So this is what I do. Like if I'm a big company, whether I'm a big or a small company, I create these room accounts, room mailboxes. So then, say for example, Stacy is having a meeting at 9 a.m. and then someone else is having a meeting at 9 a.m. They have to email the room mailbox first before anyone else. So this is like, this allows you to reserve the room. So you could reserve the room using a room mailbox. So that way there's no collision, or people are not colliding with each other when they're trying to have a meeting in the same room. So they see the 21st room is reserved, they can now reserve the room on the 20th floor or the 12th floor or the 11th floor. So in order to prevent people from fighting each other or arguing with each other, if that makes sense, you create a room mailbox. So then, the room is reserved for someone at 9 a.m. So that means you're going to have to wait till 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or 12 a.m., like 12 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever. It'll let the person know that the room's reserved for someone already. So they can't reserve that room. So they have to go to a different room. So this is what I would do. And literally what I would do, and I have this set up in my job right now, and I had this set up in my other jobs as well. Literally what I do is I add Stacy to this. So you can add Stacy to it. So it says accept or decline automatically. I don't like that. I want to do select delegate. So I would add all the admins in here, all the admins that work as admins for all these important people, whether it's a senior managing director, IT director, a coordinator, whatever it is, vice president, whoever it is, VP. I add Stacy to it, and I'm gonna add Lauren as well, and Stacy as well. And I'm gonna hit OK. So I'm gonna hit OK. So now, see, and you have like allow like room, how much time you have to book the room and everything. So now if I hit save, now Stacy and Lauren, so Stacy and Lauren, every time the 21st floor gets reserved, Stacy and Lauren have to approve it. These are the admins that have to approve it. People cannot just start reserving. People cannot just go to the room and do a presentation. They cannot just go to the room on the fly and do something on the fly, if that makes sense. They have to reserve the room first before they have a meeting. So you tell the user or the client, please reserve the room first before we have a meeting. And also, please reserve the room as well, because this will let me know if you guys are having a meeting in that room. So this also helps out IT in some shape or form, because if you reserve the room, IT could see the room as well. So that means that when the room is reserved, IT would know whether there's a presentation, whether there's a video conference at 9 a.m., whether there's a meeting at 10 a.m., whether there's a PowerPoint presentation that needs to be set up at 1 p.m. You don't know. So this is to keep everyone organized. The admin, the IT company, everyone organized, everyone in sync with each other. And basically you're able to see what's going on in that room at that time. So you reserve the room, you put like, meeting at 1 p.m. whatever. You email Kevtech 21st floor at Kevtech.local, reserve the room, and you put notes in, and you say, oh, there's a meeting at 1 p.m. blah blah blah, and then you reserve the room. So, and obviously since it's a room or a mailbox, you literally could go into mailbox delegation, and you see Laura and Stacy have send on behalf access. So if they go into Outlook, they're able to open up 21st floor, and they're able to send an email on behalf of this mailbox to let the person know that the room has been reserved or the room is being used right now, if that makes sense. So this is why I would do this. This is something that I'm going to go over right now. I went over just now. It's because it's super important. You may see this in your job. You may not see this in your job. Some companies use a third-party program or application to reserve the room. Me, I don't do that. Me, I create room mailboxes. It depends on the company, depends on the environment. Obviously, you get approval for this. If your company doesn't use this, you don't just implement this on the fly. Some companies already have this set up, so they'll have like multiple rooms set up. And then an admin might ask you to add someone to a room that gives them access to the 21st room so they could allow and accept invites from that room. You know, they might get a request like that as well, by the way. So say, for example, you have a new admin starting on Monday, tomorrow, and that admin doesn't have access to 21st room to basically accept invites. And they, oh, can you add Stacy to that room and give her delegation rights to that room so she could accept invites that go in and out of that room? Yes, I could do that. So then you will go into the room, obviously, like I just went over. You go into the room and you just add them here, hit OK, hit save. You know. And then that's pretty much it. This is pretty much it. And then you obviously you explain, you talk to Stacy, you explain what you created, you explain how it works, and you talk to her. Room mailbox has been created. And then you talk to her, you tell her why you created the room, you show her how it works and stuff like that. And this will keep everyone organized, by the way. This is super helpful for everyone. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And these are real life tickets. I hope this video helps you out in some shape or form. Let me know if these videos are helping you out. I hope it does help you out. I hope I'm not wasting my time with this. Hopefully it does help somebody. Obviously that people know about my channel, I'm here to help. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week and have a wonderful day. All right. Take care. Peace. Later.